How long have
Okay.
we?
Oh, well,
Oh,
we're live, but it's nobody's on there. It's gonna get recorded and put on there. But
okay, okay.
we could just go like 30 to 45 minutes or something.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That was about to be my question.
So,
See, look, your power's already working.
yeah. So in our Limitless series, we are gonna talk about twin flames today.
Twin flames. Ooh. Okay, tell me though. Tell me like your interpretation of like what a twin flame is.
So, from my understanding, a twin flame is supposed to be like your other the person that's just like you. And I don't think that it's um, I don't think that it's limited to a man or a man and a woman. I actually believe it could be
Hmm.
any, because we're all energy anyway, with masculine and feminine energies. So I really don't believe that it's has to be a straight relationship. It could be
Right.
a person that has is basically just like you, but in a different way. You guys might have gone through the same things in life, and then through healing, you guys finally meet.
Okay.
But I do. I mean, I believe that we can be all hopeful, and we think with one person is it, and we keep looking for that person. And I feel like in the looking, you're still I don't know, like ego still involved in that.
Hmm.
But I don't know. What's your take
I
on
used to be confused about the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate. And
mhm,
then I learned that your twin flame was like your soul is split into two bodies, basically.
mm,
And so your twin flame is your other half that was split.
mhm,
And normally, like those relationships come with a lot of, it's a roller coaster.
mhm,
It's a roller coaster. Because it's the two coming together to become one, basically. So you're
mhm,
finding the other half of your soul that's been out there.
mhm,
All right. So here's this because it's not that it's difficult for me to explain, but it's weird now because none of it applies to me like
mhm,
anymore. So I can tell you like the experiences that I had when, you know, I met this guy and we dated and I'm like, "Oh, this is my twin flame." And assigned him that role and identity and he assigned it also to me. And so it was like we were supposed to be together. We were supposed to have these experiences no matter how negative the experiences were. Um no matter how abusive the experiences were, this was for the purpose of us becoming one. Insane. Insane. So, um, now what I know is, well, should I skip to the end or like,
Right. It's like I kind of already know what you're gonna say, but go ahead.
or do we still play in this,
Playing the game.
and play in the illusion?
Mhm.
Um, but it's romanticized to justify toxicity.
Mm.
That's how I can't speak for everybody, but I'm just
Mhm.
for me to justify toxicity in a codependent relationship. Um, now what I know is that for me, there's no such thing. It was all an illusion. It was a
Mhm.
concept. Somebody, I don't know who
Mhm.
in the entire fuck created the concept of a twin flame. But for whatever reason, I wanted to experience and play in that illusion. And I did.
Mhm.
I don't need to play in it anymore. It's no longer real for me.
Mhm.
I dropped that concept. What is true is that there is nothing about my soul that was split into. I am whole. I am complete. I don't have a
Yeah.
need for anything or anybody outside of me. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? There is nothing outside of me that's going to make me more whole than what I already am.
Mhm.
So that's what I know now.
Mhm.
But whew, that year
Mhm.
and some change of having that experience,
Mhm.
just off of that alone, the experience alone, I don't ever have to consider a twin flame
Oh yeah.
again, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, um I guess I've started to realize that it's not necessarily about like depending on anyone else outside of me. But my question, I guess, to myself was like, what is it that I want? And
Mm-hmm.
it was like, okay, I want. It's like we all want connection and relationship. I definitely believe that because we're all one anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
um, it's like I know I want a relationship with somebody, but I also don't want to give up my freedom at the same time. So I believe that if I'm going to get into a relationship, it's going to be with somebody who we are both in this realm where we're working on ourselves and we're just looking within ourselves to be completely whole and then still be able to do things with each other and have fun with each other. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like anytime you bring in any type of control factor, then that's like ego coming in. Whether you're in the
I
both spiritual.
right. I agree with that.
Mhm.
Um, Let me kind of because I see what you mean.
Mhm.
Um, for me, it's this. I love people, and I
Mhm.
love connecting with people. I have no desire to put anyone in the prison of my expectations or be in the prison of theirs, right?
Mhm.
So it's all about, like you said, like the freedom to just
Mhm.
be. For me, at this point, it is like I know myself to be whole.
Mhm.
I would rather be in relationship, intimate relationship with a partner who also knows themselves to be whole. That way,
Mhm.
you're not looking to me to fill any kind of void or deficit or any of that.
Mhm.
You already know yourself as God, as source, and we're just complementing each other.
Mhm.
That's it. Um, I would prefer that they know that there is no work to do
Mhm.
anymore. There's nothing to find, there's nothing to
Yeah.
become. You are already it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm past the stages of doing. I would rather be,
Mhm.
and I would hope that they would also rather be too. If they don't,
Yeah.
it's okay,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and that's where I feel like I'm even learning that um letting people be them and do what they want to do, and when they reach out to me and talk to me, like that's when we talk, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's okay if I reach out to somebody and they don't respond right away, like because people
Right.
are busy. So
Right.
I know people have all kinds of expectations out there, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. But it's like, why do
Yep.
we have expectations for them, but we don't have those same expectations for our friends? Um,
Oh,
It's like we're
Mm.
allowed we can have days without talking to our friends and pick up right where we left off, but people get upset when like their significant other doesn't respond or wait days to.
You know why? Why that is? Because the identity that's assigned to the person that you've labeled as significant other,
Mhm,
the rules and the responsibilities under that identification is different than it is for your friends.
mhm.
So the person that's labeled your friend, your
Mhm,
rules and roles and responsibilities from that identification is something totally different than what you've assigned to the person that's supposed to be your significant other.
mhm. And then but then that's where you run into the issue where somebody or both people aren't being themselves because they're so worried about what the other person is doing.
Yes. And on top of that too, no one is actually really clear. It would be it would be quite interesting actually if this happened where, I met a guy and he tells me, okay, so this is what a significant other looks like to me. These are the roles and responsibilities. This is what they do. This is what I need, X, Y,
Mhm,
and Z. Then off the top, I can be like, okay, well, that's something that I would like to subscribe to or not.
mhm.
But because no one is really clear about what they want and what their expectations are, then it's like everybody is just kind of guessing and not
Yeah,
properly communicating. And then you're upset when they don't meet your unspoken expectation because they're supposed to know because I labeled you the significant other. How do
yeah.
you not know this?
How do you
You know
not
what I'm
know?
saying?
Mhm.
So, but what if we just released everybody? Listen, you're just free to be.
Yeah.
I don't have an expectation of you.
I don't have expectations.
Nothing. I'm just here to enjoy the experience of you. And that's
Yeah,
it. And see where it goes without any judgment. Now I
yeah.
do have preferences, but I don't judge. I have preferences though.
Yeah, yeah. And I do believe what I feel like I started doing this in the past. So in the past year, I realized that my mistake in the past where, out of defense mechanisms, I'd be like, okay, well, I don't need a man. I don't want one. I don't need one. And I was doing, I really did want one down deep down inside.
Mhm.
I wanted one. And but
Mhm.
I was just going into defense mechanisms. And since I did, I was meeting all the wrong people, not getting into, they were just situationships. And so for the
Yep.
longest time, I was just in situations. I would go without for a long time, and then I would, find another situation, and then finally, after probably 10 years of just, I'd said that I was single for 10 years, but you sit different situations,
Situation.
and then I met my son's father, and it was like, oh, that had to like really wake me up.
Did you call him your twin flame?
So I didn't even call him my twin flame, but I did think at first, I'm like, oh, he has to be the one because he's doing all this for me. And it's just, I've never had somebody do so much for me. But that was like the love bombing in the beginning.
Mhm. Mhm. All that intensity.
Um, but I will say after I've kind of awakened a lot more to things and life and how the world really is, I started realizing the defense mechanisms, and I was like, okay, no, I just have to put what it is that I really want in a person out there and just let it go. And it's supposed to come back and it's supposed to come to me, attract to me. And I will say that I met somebody that was like, okay, I'm like, this can't be a coincidence that like he's exactly my type.
Mhm.
He is on the same stuff I'm talking about. Um, but I wasn't going to come at him like, "Oh my god, I think you're my twin flame," because I don't think I believe in that either anymore. I don't believe in
Mhm.
twin flames. but I'm just kind of just letting things be as it is, and I'm not like putting any expectations or even like anything.
Labels.
And it might not
Yep.
even be, like, to be honest, like, it might not be.
It might not be. It just might be another experience.
Yeah. And so I'm just
That's it,
letting.
and that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. So.
That is okay. I think from this like perspective, it's cool because now anybody can be anything,
Mhm.
you know? It's like I don't have the need to assign a role
Mhm.
um to you as, a person in my life or anything. It's just
Mhm.
you come and go, you be what you need to be at the time that you need to be it, and
Mhm.
you keep it moving
Yeah.
or not, or
Right.
stay a while, you know?
Right, because either way, I'm still holding myself anyway, and I'm gonna do what I wanna do. Uh,
Exactly. And then also there's nothing else for you to learn.
mhm.
So this idea that, this person was sent here to teach me a lesson, no.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's just an experience. It's just an experience, and everybody is a mirror of you. They just showed you you. It's not a
Yeah.
lesson.
Right, so it's like, now that, like, once you get to this point of, like, okay, I know that I'm creating my reality. I'm creating everything. It's
Hmm.
just games from here on out if you wanna play it, like, what do I
Exactly.
wanna do?
Yep. Or you can go back to playing the game of not knowing and remembering, and the game of I need lessons, and the game
Mhm.
of a partner is going to make me whole, or it's just all games.
Yeah.
It's all games, and you get to pick and choose.
Pick and
Like,
choose.
yeah. In every moment, you get to choose. Like, okay, is this the illusion that I want to play in today? Do I want
Mhm.
to play dumb, like I don't know myself as God today?
Mhm.
Do
Like,
I want to attach myself to the 3D today? You know.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Um,
It's all a choice. But when I realized it though, and we were having the conversation about like this series,
mhm.
um, it was funny that you were like, let's talk about Twin Flames, because I had completely forgotten about that whole situation that I had, and
Mhm.
I thought it was um it was love. We were so
Mhm.
magnetic, and
Mhm.
just drawn to each other in spite of all the chaos. And so
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, this is a twin flame. We were meant to, this is how it's supposed to be. We were meant to help each other evolve, for the purpose of
Yeah.
knowing ourselves better, and whatever karmic shit we needed to clean up, and just a bunch of excuses for the nonsense of it all.
Mhm.
And no disrespect to anybody that knows this concept to be true for themselves.
Mhm.
It doesn't serve me anymore. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because it's almost like if you get too involved in the story, it's something that you're chasing again.
yes, right, right. It's a hamster wheel.
Mhm.
It is literally a hamster wheel. It's constantly going, constantly going. And then I think of it like this too. Once I was finished with the twin flames,
Mhm.
then I was like, okay, I'm ready for my soulmate. And it's like,
Mhm.
girl, what what are you, a soul splitting two, or what?
Yeah,
Which one
yeah.
is
I guess from what I've read about soulmates and stuff is like that soulmates could be like anybody, like friends, whatever, like
it?
soul
Hmm.
families that you have that come into your life, and different things like that.
You shared like, or this is what they say, like you shared lifetimes together before this one.
Yeah,
And yeah,
you've had different lifetimes together, and you've always like met back up at some point.
but that would be all of us.
Yeah,
That would
Yeah,
be
that's
every
true.
person. Like, if we are all one, like, wouldn't it be all of us? We are all each other's soulmate then?
Yeah. Right. That's true. If we're all one, it's like we all have
We're all one.
met, but it's I don't know, it's crazy. It's like billions of souls out there.
Yes.
Um
So then this would be my question. Who made this shit up? Where did it come from?
I know,
Like,
right?
and then obviously, um, again, because going back to concepts and stuff, this is a
Mhm.
concept that was created, and there was a collective that agreed that this was all true. I became
Mhm.
part of the collective when I decided, oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I now believe in twin flames.
Mhm.
So then now this thing is real and true in my field because I accepted the concept. But my question is always like, who came up with this?
Mhm. So do you believe after you were done with that relationship and how there's like energetic cords and all that stuff, like do you believe you were able to like fully cut those cords, and did you go through a whole thing?
Okay, so
Mhm.
there was then and then there's now. So then, yes, I do believe
Mhm.
that. I got into this took me on a whole nother journey because now I am lighting candles that has cords connected to them and letting the candles burn through the cord. You know what I mean? Like doing all this ritualistic stuff because I got to
Mhm.
get this man up out of my life and energetic
Yeah.
field. And listen, the rabbit hole is deep. So, yeah, at one point in time, I was doing
Mhm.
all the things to disconnect.
Mhm.
Um, that was then. What I know now is that it is just as easy as disconnecting yourself from the belief system.
Mhm.
Done. Drop it.
Mhm.
There's no energetic cords or any of that stuff. It's only what you say and believe to be real and true.
Mhm.
That's it. You
So
are
do you
God.
feel that
It
you've
is
been
whatever
able
you say it is.
Yeah. So do you feel like you've been able to get to that point where it's just like everything just and I think that's the goal though, is like to be able to get to that point where you can just everything is what you say it is, and it just like happens right away.
I think it's being aware that it's always been that.
Mm.
It's always been whatever you say it is.
Mhm.
So it's either your awareness of being or you just are not aware of being. That's it. And so in your unawareness, you think, yes, there's a work to be done, there's a point to get to, there's a journey to be made.
Mhm.
And as soon as you flip back to awareness of
Mhm.
being, oh, there's nothing.
Cuz I
It's as
think
easy, like you can be,
I was gonna say, so here's
hmm,
an example of like me cutting ties with my ex. I feel like there's been times where I felt like I completely had cut the cord, and I didn't, he wasn't a thought in my mind. And then these court proceedings happen, and it's and I'm not letting him affect me because I'm still winning in court. I'm able to keep my center, but
yes.
it's like the fact that it's even still here, like why isn't he just out of my life completely? Like get him out
You
of
know
my
what
life.
I was told that, and this is, I don't even know if I believe this anymore, but I'm just going to tell you.
Mhm.
So in my in my practice, my clients would say like, "Oh, Lydia, I've changed, but nothing is has changed outside of me. Everything looks the same." And I used to say, when a ship course corrects, it takes a minute for that ship to turn
Mhm.
around, right? But you're back on track. It just takes time for the ship to completely
Yeah.
turn. And then I heard someone else say that the 3D, there's a lag in the 3D.
Mhm.
And so while you may have inwardly decided,
Mhm.
then it takes time for the 3D to reflect what's going on inwardly. But the
Yeah.
changes happen. Make no mistake about it. It has
Mhm.
happened.
Because
However, go ahead.
well, I was going to say, because I've decided that he only has two choices in my reality, basically. He's either going to be a good father to his son, or he's going to leave us alone completely.
Well, he got his choices energetically.
And so
He'll choose either way.
I do see that. Well, so what I've seen is that he says he wants to be a part of his son's life, but it's not genuine. It's not him really wanting to be a part of his life. It's him wanting to mess with me still. So I see that, but I think I don't know. I guess the time that it's going to take is maybe him trying to get to me, trying to get to me. It's not getting to me. It's not getting to me. And then he just gives up because I'm boring. I'm boring for him now. I'm not reacting to the
Yeah.
shit that he's been trying to.
And that's the only thing you can do because you can't control him
Mhm.
or anybody else. You can only control you and your reality. And so either he exists in your reality, you can say how you can set up your boundaries, or he
Mhm.
doesn't exist in your reality. So you
Yeah.
gave him the options for your reality, and energetically, he'll comply to one or the other.
Yeah.
But that's your boundary.
Yeah. So I guess it's just seeing it out in this 3D time lag.
Or this, because I was going to say that also there is the concept of time,
Hmm.
which is not real. And so if everything is happening now, and
Hmm.
now is all there is, then right now it is done.
Hmm. Right. Right. Because time isn't a thing.
It isn't a thing.
It's only a thing if we say it is. And
Right.
I will say there was a time, it was like February and March timeframe of this year where time really didn't matter. I was actually able to do, and I say, I guess I felt that was the strongest I ever felt source energy like running through me, I guess, because it was like I was able to do all the things I needed to do, clean the house, spend time with the kid, write my book. Like I was doing all these things and time didn't matter as much as it did before.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I had been exhausted. I wasn't able to clean. I wasn't able to do all this and that. So I do believe that we can hack that. Like we can literally like get into the quantum.
Yes. Know yourself as God, and there's
Hmm.
only now. And it is whatever you say it is now.
Hmm.
That's it. But I just remembered that yesterday, as a matter of fact, because I'm looking at like everything that I have going on, and it's like, why haven't things changed? Blah blah blah. And then I remember rehearsing to myself, you did say that there was a lag in the 3D. So, duh, Lydia. The world has
Hmm.
to reflect what you have pronounced and proclaimed as true within yourself.
Hmm.
So then I accepted that concept of there's a lag. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm experiencing.
Dang.
So it just all of this goes to show you though that you've always um, you've always been the creator of your own
Mhm.
reality, whether you know it or not. Everything
Yeah.
is because of what you have said or believed to be true.
Yeah, exactly. Because you might not have even it's crazy because even when you know this stuff about everything you're saying is coming into your reality, it's like you still get caught up saying things like that, like the lag and the
Yes,
the
yes.
wait time and the
But what I've experienced most recently is this. Now I will get like a conscious choice. So, Lydia, you can identify with what's going on
hmm
outside of you, or, you know, be God and just be.
yeah.
I don't have to have an opinion or an emotion or anything tied to whatever it is that I'm seeing. It is whatever I say.
hmm
And then what that does is it puts you back into a state of like peace and you can rest, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
from that awareness. So, yeah, girl, we done with twin flames.
We know what to play, right?
We done with twin flames. We don't ever have to have that experience again.
hmm
One of my friends, um, I was breaking up with an ex, and he was just like, "So it didn't take you long to break up?" And I was like, "No, when you make a decision to do something, that's it. It's over. You're done." He was
Yeah.
like, "So you're just out here collecting experiences?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Collected experiences.
yes, I am. I
That's funny.
am. I am here to experience. And then
Yeah.
when I'm done with the experiences, I can be done and move on.
Yeah.
I don't ever have to tie myself to anything that I don't want to be tied to."
hmm You know what that is? So, okay. So, I've always been able to just be done with, like, especially if it was a relationship. I've always been able to just get over people pretty quick. In the
Hmm.
last,
Same.
at least in my adult life, and the only thing that has tied me to this individual still is the fact that we have a kid together. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, I can't just cut him off because he has a son with me, and I have his son.
Hmm.
But if I know this person isn't good for my son, why the hell am I still,
I don't
you
know.
know,
Ask yourself, why the
right?
hell are you still?
Like, why haven't I just cut everything off? Like, all this man has done is tried to get me to spend more money and spend more money on all these damn court proceedings that he's not going to follow anyway.
This is what I know is that you already have all the answers for you. And it
hmm
actually doesn't matter how you choose. You are always right.
Yeah.
You're always right. It's according to what do you want to experience.
Right.
So you can pick and choose whatever outcome based off of what would you like to experience next
Yeah.
for you.
I think I get sometimes I still get caught up in my human emotions where I've I've always just taken on people's energy and feel bad about stuff. But it's like the more you get into the observer mode, you stop having those emotions for everything and everybody. And you
Yes, girl, mind your business. They are not your business.
I'm telling you, I've even been in stores where I'm just like viewing. It's almost like I'm like remote viewing or something, and I'm seeing interactions
Yes,
in the store, but I'm not judging and I'm not like taking it on.
you're
I'm
not
just like,
connected to it. You're not, yes,
yeah,
you're just observing,
oh,
just observing it all. And so when it comes down to you, it's the same thing. You can remote view your entire life, and then you can dip down into whatever it is you want to experience, whatever it is that you as God would like to feel. because that's what you have a body for. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what you have a mind for. That's what you have an ego for.
Mhm.
The experience.
Yeah.
So you can observe it all and then say, oh, yeah, let me feel this.
Let me feel this.
Yep. The goal, not the goal, because there is no goal, but I'll tell you this. With everything that I have going on, I was starting to feel more than I wanted to feel the anxiety of
Hmm.
it all. And now I know I don't have to feel it if I don't want to. But there are some times where I just want to sit in bed with some ice cream and let the TV watch me and just be in my feelings
Hmm.
until I'm like, oh, this doesn't serve me anymore. Let me go back to being.
Hmm.
You get to decide. And then
Yeah, that's
eventually I won't need the ice cream and I won't ever need to feel anxiety. Not that I need to feel it now, but I chose it.
true. Yeah. Choosing
You
to
know,
feel.
I choose to feel the stress and the pressure, but I don't have to.
Mhm. Yeah,
Then
that's
that makes me think this is me judging myself now. Girl, what is wrong with you that you actually want to feel stress?
true. Right.
Why do you want to feel pressure? Why do you want to feel anxiety? Like, haven't you had enough of
Hmm.
those experiences? And it's like, oh, yeah, you're right. I have.
I spoke to somebody who he's in the mind frame of like you said about the nothing is good or bad, but being in this human experience, we're gonna feel all the feelings. It's just about embracing them where they're at, and then choosing to be, I guess, as Abraham would say, like in the vortex.
Go back to being God.
Yeah.
Go back to being God, where you're just observing this, where you are untouched, unfazed by all of it.
Hmm.
There is so much peace there,
Hmm.
insecurity, because you know that in that space and outside of it, though, you are taken care of. You are
Yeah.
always provided for. You are loved unconditionally. You are not judged.
Hmm.
That's where it's at.
I feel like all these conversations are going to end to this point that we're talking about.
Right. That's what,
They're
that's
all
what I was
It's like
saying when I
all
was
the
making a
different journeys.
list. Yes. But I think the good thing about it is that, we are so closely tied to the 3D and everything that we're experiencing and the illusions that it is very much real to us. No matter what the so-called journey is, it is
Mhm.
real because we're
Yeah.
feeling it
Hmm.
and we're identified with it or as it.
Yeah.
But it could be over as soon as you decide to come
Right.
back.
Because it's like, have you ever had a dream where you felt the feelings from the dream as soon as you woke up? Like I've
Yes,
done it before. Yeah, where I felt
yes. The fear, the anxiety, the sadness, like everything. I have felt all the emotions from
Mhm.
dreams.
Yeah. I remember clearly a couple of different times where, yeah, it's like you feel the emotions from the dream and then it just ends like that.
Yes.
Like,
And
oh, that was
then
just
here's
a dream,
this.
but this
That
is
was
just
just
a
a dream.
dream too.
But what if you looked at your waking life like that too? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I was just in a dream state. Let me come back. Let me wake up. And the
Yeah.
waking up is knowing yourself as God. You're just waking up
Mhm.
from a dream again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good.
For real, because that's even the daydreaming. It's like you wake up or
Yes. But you notice
you're
how even in the daydreaming, it's the same as if you were asleep, you will play the movie in your head, you will
mhm.
see all the scenes, you will feel all of the emotions as if they
Yeah.
are like real and true and happening to you
Yeah.
in that moment until you wake up from the
You
daydream.
wake up. Yeah. Yeah, because I daydream a lot, and when I'm driving, I feel like I'm not even there most of the time.
Hmm. Yes. I used to I used to say this, when you are in that daydream state,
Mhm.
um, when you are in the future, telling yourself a story about what could potentially happen in the future,
Mhm.
then that is what brings on anxiety. And then when you are telling yourself a story about the past and you're daydreaming about the past, that's what brings on depression.
Mhm. Dang.
So you're stuck in the what if of the future,
Mhm.
and then in the past it's coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then that's the loop. But you can always wake up.
Hey, come on now.
Is he okay?
Come here. Ikenna, give that to me. Oh, this little boy. No, leave this alone. Little boy in the liquor cabinet. I'm like, let me
It's been a
get
day for him. It's
yeah.
been a day. He says 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, he always does things like that to get my attention when I'm on like the phone or the computer. He usually goes to daycare, but I was like, let me keep him today, and I took him.
Yes.
Um, I was gonna continue writing my book, but I was like, you know what? I need to take a break. I was like, let me just take him to the park, relax, do this
Yes.
video,
Doesn't it
and then
feel good to have that kind of freedom?
yes, just it's not that serious.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It never is.
Yeah. So I'm trying to live more like that right now. Nothing is that
You got
serious.
it. Yep. Nothing. Nothing about life is serious.
Mhm. But
It's all
yeah.
a big game. It's all a big game.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that more and more. Like, it's all a big game and it's all me. I
Hmm.
am like all the players, all the parts, you know, it's just a
Hmm.
reflection of me.
Yeah.
That's it. So if I don't like something, then I get to change.
Hmm.
The other part about that too, which is goes back to relationships and stuff, is that um I don't have to expect a partner to change.
Hmm.
Everybody is perfect the way that they are.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like,
Everybody.
I
They are
remember.
perfect.
I remember talking to my friend actually. This was like last year, and she was like having all these expectations for dudes, and if they don't text back right away, all that stuff, and all that. It's like you're never gonna find somebody that makes you happy. You have to do that within yourself so that you can just
But
let other
also,
people be.
but she's also right for her. She
Hmm.
is also the way that she is also perfect.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
her.
true.
The I think the major thing is deciding with other people if their reality is something that you want to experience.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
it. No one
that's
has to
true.
change. No one has to grow. No one has to do anything. Do you want to participate in their reality? Would you like
Yeah,
to
that's
join their
true.
reality to yours or not? That's it.
Yeah.
No
Um,
judgment, just allowing.
yeah, yeah. It's funny because she does believe in like the universal laws and stuff, but she's not as deep in as I am. But it's just funny sometimes when I start to talk and she's like, oh, she's like, hold up. Like sometimes she'll be like, oh, this is enough cosmic information for me for the day, or like,
She's
it's
at her
just,
fill.
but it's funny. It's cool because she's like, she's a good person and she's helped me out a lot. So, you know,
And she busy living her life.
yeah, she really living her life. And I will say she does complain about her boss all the time. And I be wanting to be like, you just got to be. I don't even know. I don't be wanting to tell people nothing anymore. To be honest, just you know,
No, just letting people be. You listen, you'll figure it out.
yeah. Your
You'll
journey
figure
is
it
your
out. Like
journey.
I figured it out. It's your journey. You'll figure it out. I told one of my friends, I was like, I don't even have the desire to debate or
Mhm.
argue or, justify. I don't need to
Mhm.
convince. I have no
Yeah,
desire to convert, like nothing. Just, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah,
You are right for you. This is
yeah,
your life. However you decide to do it, you are right.
yeah. I think that's why I have like, okay, if I want to do the content, I'll do the content, and whoever is attracted to and needs that help is what's gonna
They'll
happen.
find it. Yep.
Uh,
It's for them.
I will say, once I started posting about my narcissistic ex in court and how to beat a narcissist in court, I started getting hits on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like people messaging me like I need help with that soon, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see, let's get a free consultation on Monday, and
Yes.
so yeah, so I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, and that's the thing I realized too is at one point I was almost like scared to even say my truth about him because I was like, oh, what if he sees it and then he has my son and then he does something to my son, and I'm just like, dang, see,
Hmm.
that's still all part of the game. Like, I'm like, no, like, I'm gonna speak my truth because I got,
Projecting fear into your game.
yeah, exactly. I was like, I need to just get the fear all the way out, post the shit that I want to post because I actually have a lot of like funny ideas
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
dealing with narcissists and all that shit. um,
Go for it, Sonia. Go for it. Do it all.
yeah, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have fun with it, and I could just see it just being a funny watching all the like all the shit he tries to do, and
Because
I'm over
seriously,
here
like
sticking
at the end of the day, it's funny. It
to it.
may
Hmm.
not feel while you're in it, but I'm
Yeah,
listen. We always
but
find
it's
something to
funny
laugh
once
about.
you, yeah, once
It's
you get to the point of where it doesn't affect you anymore, it
yep. You see all the
is
jokes.
hilarious. Like they start to look like clowns. It's like, oh, look, that's silly. Watch what
And you can
happens.
even laugh at yourself.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's true
That's
because
the best
actually
part.
some of my ideas was like it's like a back and forth like basically a back and forth like me back then being all like anxious and responding all fast to the text to his triggering text, but then me now is like phone on do not disturb, me sipping tea, not paying attention.
In chill mode.
Yeah, so it is.
Let him upset himself.
Hmm. So yeah, I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to let him take my son
You
anywhere
don't.
because he's his father.
If that's how you decide.
Yeah, because I know his motives. It's not true.
Hmm.
It's not genuine. So I don't have to do anything.
No. Except for decide what you would like to experience for yourself and your son, and then make that decision
And then let it be.
and let it be. And let it be. Whatever it is, let it be.
Yeah.
It's like everything could be um what does Lauren Hill say? It could all be so simple, but we
Hmm.
rather make it hard.
Hmm.
It's like life is so simple,
Hmm.
but
It
for
is.
whatever
Yeah.
reason, we like hard.
Yeah.
We'd rather make it hard. We'd rather have the journeying.
The journey. Yeah.
We'd rather have all the things. We'd rather, play with all the concepts of right, wrong, good, bad, heaven, hell,
Right.
you know, meeting the savior, all this stuff.
That's funny.
We'd rather. And it's not, I don't want to say it's not necessary, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
In the grand scheme of things, it's all nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you, because even this, you see how we once believed in twin flames and that's dissolved to nothing now.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Cause it's like it was a concept, and
And
it's
it was
like,
very real, but it was nothing.
yeah, I could have believed that, like, oh my God, this person is my twin flame, and then get all wrapped up and then be all upset when it wasn't.
Yes.
So instead of just let people be, and if it is, it is. Oh, come here, baby. Come here.
Oh,
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. He hit his head.
he hit his head. I heard that.
Yeah, you heard it?
Yeah.
It's okay, baby. Yeah.
But also think about this too, Sonia. You know how in each one of these concepts that we took on as truth, we became a different person, like a
Mm,
different personality that was experiencing it,
right. That's true.
a different version of ourselves experienced it. That goes to
Yeah.
show you that like how much of a player in the game that you are, and you switch roles according to the concepts that you take on as real and true. So once
Yeah.
upon a time, I believe that um, Jesus died for my sins, and I took on the role of a Christian.
Right. Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
I
And
was trying, I was trying to convince everybody, and I was trying to. I
yes,
didn't want people to go to hell.
yes, yes, yes. So it's like you change, you switch up roles, and you play
Yeah,
different parts according to the concepts that you take on as
that's so
true.
true. That is so
That's
true. It's
wild.
all just different versions of yourself, but you're
It's just
choosing
different versions.
that character.
Yes. And then the world reflects what you say that you are. And
Hmm.
then not only what you say that you are, but it reflects the concept that you believe to be true for
Hmm.
you. So when I was on the journey of spiritual enlightenment, that made me the student now.
Hmm.
So then I accepted the concept that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I had
Right.
all these
All the teachers.
fucking teachers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Dang.
crazy. It's all a game.
Hmm.
It's
It
all a
is.
game. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
This
feel
is
like
good.
good for today.
Right?
That was good for today. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. But it's
To,
like you said, like it's just we'll always come back to this point.
yeah, for real.
We'll always come back to this point. But I think it's fun to explore like the different concepts and the different things that we used to believe and experience and then
Yeah,
to come to
yeah.
now.
It is like I don't know, just talking about it does is enlightening, I guess. Like, dang, like I really did just play that part, and
I did. I did. And I did that shit well. Listen,
yeah.
I did it well. When I was a student, oh my God, you should see my office. It is nothing but books. I have every author you can think of from the
Mhm.
spiritual,
Oh yeah,
community. And
and the
I
science
was a
community
student.
too, like
The
the
science community, yes,
quantum physics, the Joe Dispenzas, like all that stuff.
yes, all of it, all of it. And they played their parts perfectly. Like they
Mm-hmm.
played their part in my realities perfectly. Um, but now it's like I don't need to pick up another book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. There's
Yeah.
there's nothing else for me to know.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else for me to do. And the versions of me that was seeking
Yeah.
found herself
Mm-hmm.
as God. So then what else is there?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Just whatever you want to play.
Whatever you want to play
Cause
now.
yeah, because it's like we are here, so
And then however you want to play it.
however we want to play it.
Crack the
Okay.
code. So, oh, I got to tell you too. Earlier this week, I started writing a book that I had on my vision board for some years,
Mm-hmm.
and I remembered
Mm-hmm.
that I did say I was going to write a book, and I started it on Monday. So I'm going to send you
Okay.
the first chapter to read, and then you tell me what you think.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm all about it. I definitely think you should write a book about it because your journey is, you know,
Oh God, it's crazy. It's crazy.
there's
But I
people.
wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it. I'm so happy that I have always been like the risk taker and the free
Mhm.
spirit, and as my parents would say, hard headed and rebellious. I'm so
Yeah.
happy that that was me, because of everything that I've gotten to experience.
Hmm.
You
That's
know,
how I've always
and
been.
so
I was always the hard
yeah,
headed, rebellious one.
you can tell me nothing,
But I guess
and
that's
still can't.
here's that journey. We're the generational curse,
Exactly,
you know?
exactly. Yes, I was sent here to free my family. You hear me? I was the one that had to go through all the things because I need to wake them up. Okay. I proudly wear being a black sheep. Girl, that shit has gone out the window. I couldn't care less.
Hmm.
I couldn't care less. Yes, I had to clean up like all of my ancestral karma
Hmm.
and done it
But you
all.
the thing that I do subscribe to that I do like is that it's the great awakening and we don't have to convince anyone. We just have to be
Just
and
be.
yeah, we just have to be and people are going to wake up and we're going to get to the 5D earth and everyone's just going to live happily ever after with no
I kind of
wars.
see it like this. I kind of see it like this. From our being, it's not that people have to quote unquote wake up, right? Or
Mm,
even remember anything, or even be affected by our being.
mm,
However, if you are within my energetic field,
mm,
space, whatever, um, what I am is also what you are. And
mm.
so truth
Oh,
recognizes truth.
yeah.
That's it.
Ooh, because I was gonna say I've physically experienced me raising my vibration and the people around me changing also, where
It's
everyone's
just
more
the truth.
calm.
You're a mirror. You're just a mirror.
It's so
And then
crazy.
they see themselves and then they'll remember, oh, yeah, this is me.
Hmm.
But I'll even tell, when people ask, like, oh, like Lydia, how are you? Or why are you this way? I'm just a reflection of you. This is nothing exclusive. There's no hierarchy. I'm nothing special. It's me as you, as me. That's it. Wait, Sonia, you froze. Your screen is all the way frozen.
Oh yeah, that. Oh, is it still live? Oh,
Okay.
that just
Was it
cut
still
out.
live?
Yeah, I'm just gonna end it.
We're done, y'all.
Yeah, we're done.
That was it. We said we was gonna do like 30, 45 minutes. We had an
I
hour
know.
already.
I don't think we could do 30 minutes. Like we just end up going back and forth, and then
Right.
probably an hour is a good to. That's pretty good.
We'll keep it at an hour
Yeah,
just to be on the
let's
safe
do
side.
it.